especially mobile esports. 5G labs have been the perfect place for esports innovation. These 5G and mech-enabled environments are cutting-edge incubators for forward-thinking companies that are ready to build and scale the future of gaming. In early 2020, Verizon's 5G lab right here in LA became home to the Verizon 5G Gaming Center. This first-of-its-kind facility was created in partnership with Dignitas, serving as their West Coast headquarters, home to its League of Legends teams, and place to co-create the future of esports engagement and content. Since then, we've expanded our capabilities to include a world-class XR stage, cutting-edge volumetric capture, and a space for player analytics. We are taking it to the next level, exploring how 5G ultra-wideband network can enhance player performance, enable new fan connections, and empower the next wave of gaming and esports experiences. Let's see how.
I don't think any other organization or company has what we have here at the Verizon 5G Lab. It's the first in the world. So it's really exciting to be a part of something so innovative and seeing where it can take esports. Verizon is definitely elevating the game to the next level. My name is Emily Garrido. I go by Emilite in-game, and I'm the team captain for Dignitas' all-women's Valorant team. We have everything that we need here. We have streaming pub rooms if we want to connect with our fans on a personal level, boot camp rooms so we can really get down to business and prepare for tournaments. It's really nice to have a gaming center here and our own little personal streaming pods and basically have one-on-one conversations with all my viewers. My full name is Carolyn Noquez, and in the gaming community, I am known as Artstar. I am a content creator for Dignitas, and I was formerly a professional player on the Dignitas CSGO female team.
It's really just like any other sport. They want to interact with their fans, and there's a very high level of accessibility. We have a ton of different technology. We have a virtual production stage that allows for XR. We have a volumetric capture stage. 5G is going to have a huge impact on gaming, and it will completely revolutionize how games are played today. Right now, mobile games utilize either processing on a phone or processing in the cloud. 5G combined with MEC is going to completely change that paradigm. The lab is a fantastic place for us to partner with game developers to learn how they want to build their games in the future in order to take advantage of our network. So consumers will be able to have multiplayer, augmented reality games and experiences on their mobile devices, so they will eventually be able to do that anywhere.
It is incredibly exciting to see Verizon really taking it to the next level. So innovative and always thinking of ways of how they can make it better. How can they make the connection better? How can they make your gaming experience better?
To me, what's really exciting is when we bring in creative people who are given access to this technology and they come up with an idea that we never would have thought of. And we're just at the beginning of how 5G is going to impact games.
Emily, Artstar, thank you so much for that. I am so excited about the possibilities of the gaming center. I'm going to turn it back over to Diego.
Wow. Thanks, Nikki. I totally agree. It's fantastic to see that gaming center come to life. Now, let's move on to the third and biggest community that will be impacted by 5G. The fans and their experience. That connection between esports players and their fans is so unique. There's no other sport that has the same real-time personal connection. And just like the players, these fans want innovation too. And to create the deeper engagement and immersive experiences they want, we are going to need to harness the power of 5G. To help me bring this to life, I want to introduce someone who truly knows fan engagement. She has fans both as a dynamic member of the Minnesota Lynx and as a streamer with Team Liquid. Ariel Powers.
Thanks, Diego. Hi, everyone. I love competition, whether it's on the court or streaming. And as one of the most successful esports organizations in the world, so does Team Liquid. TO is tech forward and always looking to push the envelope, innovating how we train, compete, and engage with fans. The fans obviously share that love for competition. This synergy between Team Liquid and the community leads to a critical connection, one that shapes who we are. And we've only just begun to scratch the surface of what's possible when it comes to community engagement and sharing moments around competition, both in person, which we're all looking forward to getting back to, and virtually. Verizon 5G Ultra Wideband is the key to unlocking the future of these experiences. With the power to enable teams and players to deliver the most immersive and personalized experiences ever, the technology is transforming the way fans play and consume content. Team Liquid has a 20-year history of changing the game through the power of community and innovation. And we could not be more excited about the next phase of gaming, brought to life with Verizon 5G. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Ariel. This is really exciting stuff. Now, there is clearly new territory to tap into with fan engagement. I am convinced it is the future. And to help build that future, Verizon and Team Liquid are joining forces for a groundbreaking 5G innovation partnership. We'll generate fan-facing 5G experiences that will reshape engagement around esports tournaments, whether you are there in person or watching virtually at home in real time. Let's look first at in-person events. This year, as live events return, Verizon and Team Liquid will experiences at the industry's biggest events. We have over 60 stadiums and arenas around the country with Verizon 5G Ultra Wideband. In here, fans can look forward to 360-degree portal views into the gameplay for a fully immersive experience, and the ability for top streamers to play live from venues during these events. Something that has never been done before. Only with that powerful connection can you unlock second screen experiences that immerse fans in the competition and that allows top content creators to stream live from those venues. And for those watching remotely, VR innovations will allow fans to experience live events together virtually, giving them the best seats in the house. And 360-degree access that puts them in the middle of the action. I can't wait to see what comes from our Team Liquid 5G innovation partnership. Now, Verizon's expansive collection of gaming industry partners is capable of reaching over 120 million of those players, and that's in the US alone. We want to show every one of them how Verizon's networks will benefit both players and developers in totally new ways. A great example of this was our partnership with Epic to create the Super Bowl 5G stadium in Fortnite Creative Mode. This was the largest branded experience ever built in Fortnite's Creative Mode. And it gave players the opportunity to interact with their favorite NFL players and pro players in a way that's never been done before. The activation featured 4 football-inspired games and a few hidden surprises for players. It was a great demonstration of the power of 5G for gaming with the low lag and high speeds made only possible by Verizon 5G Ultra Wideband. But 5G doesn't just transform battle royale games like Fortnite. It also changes single player and strategy games. I am thrilled now to invite a friend of mine to talk about how Verizon 5G is amping up the player experience. He is safety for the LA Chargers and a seriously engaged model NFL player, Derwin James. My man.
What's up, my man?
So great to have you.
Nice to have you.
Thanks for coming. You all know this guy. He plays for the LA Chargers, and your home field is the new SoFi Stadium, which is amazing. It was created with the most cutting-edge technology in existence, and I tell you, it is home to Verizon's largest 5G stadium built in the country, built with 5G at its core, so ultra-wideband coverage can be found throughout the entire stadium.
I can't wait to get the fans back out there into the stadium for many reasons. The venue is incredible. The tech is built around is going to totally reshape how we watch and play the game.
It's very, very, very cool. And listen, we can talk about these tech enhancements for a long, long time. But you're here today because you're not only a competitor on the field, but you're also a passionate gamer, right? A huge Madden NFL fan.
I am. I started playing football when I was about 4 years old and Madden NFL when I was 7 years old. So you can say I've always been a competitor. I always wanted to be a professional football player. When I played Madden NFL as a kid, I created my player. I wanted to have super speed, super size, and of course handsome. So, to be able to be the player I am, it showed a lot of dedication.
That's so cool, and you achieved all of that. I don't know about the handsome one, but anyway, it's a great story. And I'm sure you've seen tons of changes in the game since you started playing, both on the field and also on the screen, right?
You could say that. The innovations around Madden NFL and the gaming overall are incredible. The tech advancements have enabled so much. When I started playing, there were maybe the color cords with the images were blurry, the networks were kind of slow, so you're constantly getting a lag. It's so different now. The visuals are more realistic. Networks have gotten better, and you can play with a group of people all over the world, so you don't even have to be in the same state or city. You can be playing with a friend in a whole nother country, which is amazing.
Oh my God, it's amazing, and you can't believe what 2 decades of innovation can do to the game. So, as you think about the future, what do you want to see next?
Madden NFL is already delivering a lot, but I'd love to see more new modes and experience with deeper and authenticity and to what it's like to be on the field. I want to feel like I'm in this moment as a player. I want to feel like I'm out there. So more engagement with opportunities to connect with people and other people across the world. So being able to be mobile, because I'm constantly on the go as an athlete, so I want to be able to connect with my friends mobilely too.
Oh, that's really cool. And listen, I'm glad that you mentioned mobile because we believe at Verizon that mobile is the future.
Yes, sir.
We ended the year, and I want to hear this number, with 17,000 5G small cells all across the country.
Wow.
And we expect to have by the end of the year 30,000 so everybody can enjoy 5G. So I tell you, this kind of expansion means that the powerful connection you need for console quality gaming experience on mobile, like the one you want,
yes, sir.
will continue to grow very quickly. And here's another thing. We are taking it also to the next level because we are combining this power of the Verizon network with the creativity of the developers of EA. Their team will work with our 5G labs to innovate using 5G to focus on creating the most dynamic player experience ever. Sure. So together, our goal will be to produce optimizations for EA Sports, including your favorite Madden NFL Mobile,
yes,
using low latency to develop mobile experiences, the kind of the ones that Derwin, you, my man,
yes,
and so many others are craving.
That's amazing. That's literally changing the game. Seeing the networks and improvements created over the last 20 years, I can't wait to see what the next 20 years bring with the power enhancing of 5G power.
That is it, the power of 5G. So great to have you, man. Thank you. Thank you. Good to see you.
Yes, sir.
So, it's so exciting to talk about the new technology and how it is impacting the entire gaming ecosystem across the 3 big areas of developers, esports teams, and fans, all bringing fantastic innovation to the industry. But today, there is also a 4th area that is very timely for us to talk about, and that is the importance of supporting diversity in the gaming industry. As technology stretches the boundaries of what's possible, and as the industry grows, the players and the fans are more diverse than ever. And so, a different sort of innovation is required. With this shift, and this is something that is very close to my heart, actions to increase diversity and inclusion within the gaming community are more important than ever, more urgent than ever, especially those supporting female representation. Diversity has become a major force driving the industry forward. And as the players and their fans who are consuming these products become more diverse, it makes a lot of sense that the people who make the products, so the developers, should also reflect that diversity. I am a firm believer that change starts with action. And we are taking action together with Riot Games. In March, we partnered with Riot to launch the Valorant VCT Game Changers Initiative. It is a fantastic program that elevates women and other diverse groups within the esports community. And most importantly, it inspires the next generation of players. So to talk more about the need for increased female representation, I am thrilled to introduce now the executive producer of Valorant, Anna Dunlon. Anna, welcome.
Here you go. Thank you for having me.
It's so great to have you here.
I've never been on the E3 stage before. This is really exciting.
Well, I'll tell you, that makes us two, because this is my first E3 too. But I'm very excited to have you here, especially because you are one of the most influential women in an industry that is predominantly male, from players to developers to heads of publishers. So I really was looking forward to this conversation and ask you, what are some of the biggest challenges you see for female players and also for those that are trying to build their careers in tech?
It's a great question. It's an important question. And I really like that you're asking it from both angles. So when it comes to competitive gaming, women still find themselves at a huge disadvantage. And it has absolutely nothing to do with skill. It's because they can't focus 100% on the game. Instead, they need to spend energy dealing with all the harassment they face. And having experienced it firsthand myself, it can be daunting, and it takes away from the focus of the actual competition. And how is that fair?
No, it's not fair. It's not fair at all.
It isn't. And it's something we spend a lot of time discussing on Valorant and at Riot. And, it's not a terribly easy problem to solve, but the problems we're solving are rarely easy. What I will say is that we're absolutely committed to creating an inclusive environment for competition and creating safe opportunities for women to compete without fear of identity or gender-based harassment. So that's the gaming aspect.
That's so interesting and so real. So let me ask you then, when we talk about careers, what's the situation there?
Okay, so when it comes to careers in gaming, there's definitely work to be done there as well. I was fortunate enough to have a really impactful mentor early on. I had just started a job at a temp company, and while I played games, I had no idea what a career in gaming could even look like. And then at this gaming company, one of the women I was working with told me she thought I had what it took to become a game producer. I had no idea what a game producer was, but I went with it, and now 20 plus years later, here I am. And as you mentioned, there are not enough women in the industry, so it means a lot that she brought me with her. I try to pay that forward to all the women who are coming up after me, but we need more.
Wow, I tell you, your story is so inspiring, and it's the first time that I actually hear you saying it like that. So thank you, and it just reinforces how important mentorship is. So a little bit of a follow-up to the previous question, but how can both then technology and commitments to allyship play a role in the changes that
women in competitive gaming? We absolutely need to keep investing and prioritizing innovations that help fight against harassment. And honestly, the gaming community needs to take a more active role in the community that it's creating. If game developers can be allies, and I truly believe we can and should, then so can your teammates in game. And again, we just need more women throughout the whole gaming ecosystem. We need an industry-wide commitment around diversity and inclusion, and we're finally starting to see that.
I like the way you said initiative. We are launching together today a new training program dedicated to mentoring up-and-coming female esports casters. The program that is launching very soon this fall we'll team up then with professionals in the field to provide practical tools and knowledge to help to increase female representation in gaming and STEM. For this, we are creating the Verizon Game Forward Scholarship. The scholarship is an expansion of the Future Fund, our initiative to support emerging female talent across entertainment and technology.
That's right. And this fall, Verizon will partner with 5 historically Black colleges and universities to provide scholarships to 5 female students at each school who are active gamers and also pursuing degrees in fields that are tied to gaming development, such as computer science, graphic design, software engineering. And those 5 schools are Dillard, Delaware State, Morgan State, Texas Southern University, and Howard. We'll build tech centers on each of these campuses that will be open to the entire student body. And we'll also provide the scholarship recipients with access to the Verizon 5G Gaming Center for training, as well as mentorship.
And I'll tell you, here's the best part. We are guaranteeing the students internship opportunities at Verizon and with our gaming industry partners. It is these kinds of deep commitments that will help build the diverse talent pipeline the tech industry needs. We are really so proud of this and for the opportunities it will give these women.
Absolutely. And I just cannot wait to see what these students do.
Nikki, thank you. So, I hope the last 30 minutes have clarified why Verizon is here. For 2 big reasons. Number 1, technology. Verizon has a vision for how 5G and related technologies will bring an entirely new level of creation and experience of gaming for the developers, for esports teams, and for the fans. And secondly, we see this next gaming generation wanting and needing inclusivity, an industry that is more diverse and more welcoming of new faces, new voices, and new perspectives. We are here to help make astonishing things happen in gaming and esports. But we're also here to listen and to learn. Gaming is a sector of bold thinkers, free spirits, and wide open creativity. Verizon wants to support that and empower it even further. So we look forward to working with you and playing with you for a long time to come. Thank you.
Welcome back to the E3 2021 caster desk. It's me, it's Jackie, and Jackie, 2 very interesting announcements there at the end from Verizon, right? Number 1, Verizon and Riot teaming up for the Game Changers Mentorship Program. Huge. And then, of course, this Verizon Game Forward Scholarship. 5 historically Black colleges, 5 gamers get each one getting not only a scholarship for school, getting guaranteed internships at Verizon or game partners. It's a $1 million program. It's about building the tech sector and obviously getting women and minorities involved in this. How important is this, Jackie?
Honestly, they kept on echoing that we need action.
Yeah.
To create change, like we need to start doing things like this. And you think that we've made so much progress, but I can't even tell you how many times people come up to me and they're like, "You play video games?
Yeah.
Really? I didn't think that you would be into that." And I'm just like, man, it's crazy. Gamers come from all walks of life, and we heard Anna Donlin talking about this a little bit, but sometimes when you're a woman, it can be very discouraging. A Twitch chat can be extremely harsh. Social media, it can be extremely painful. But seeing something like this that is uplifting and encouraging, I'm so excited for it. And they kept on talking about the next generation. And so many young women out there are watching this, and I'm sure that they're like, wow, like there's scholarship money out there for this. Someone's like, you can do this, and it warmed my heart. So
100%.
happy to see it. Really happy to see it.
And one of the things in there before I toss for you, of course, is that Anna was talking in the Riot segment, right? That the gaming community needs to be better about building the community it's in.
Yes.
And I can't agree with that enough. If you know anything about Greg Miller and Kind of Funny, being better is a big part of what we always talk about. It's be better to each other and don't be a jerk. And I know right now, on our very own Twitch page right here, a bunch of people are being jerks. And everybody who's a good person, which is the majority of gamers, need to step up, ladies and gentlemen, and of course show that the positive outshines the negatives. That's my rant. Goodbye.
Thank you so much.
Verizon and Riot, what a team up for the future. Now let's talk about esports though, right? And speaking of esports, I want to hear from more of the voices on the scene about how esports has evolved over the years and where it's headed.
For the longest time, I didn't even tell my friends and classmates in school that I was a professional gamer.
Back when Blockbuster was still open and we had MLG events.
People that organized tournaments. So people used to drive around vans with computers and off their own money just to set up these LANs for people to play so they could be an experience of, people gaming against each other.
And I would go to my local Blockbuster and compete in getting the high score in different Nintendo games. And I would always win.
I was compared to like a fight club, underground, like super secret. And over time, it's blown up.
The industry and the people in the industry who were once, made fun of for being nerds and playing video games, the stereotypical living in their mom's basement, are now the cool kids on the block.
And I think now that we, as people that are involved in gaming and esports, can actually dedicate our time properly to this, that shows me just how far we've come.
Once I started to play competitively for League of Legends and realized there was an opportunity to also bring kind of my heart and my energy for the game and make it lucrative, I had to follow my heart.
I'm just very excited to see more and more people being able to turn their hobby, turn their passion into their jobs and make a living out of it.
You can legitimately be a kid and tell your parents, like, hey, I want to be a professional esports player. Hey.
And I never thought I would see myself in the game, and boom, there I am. I'm able to drop 40, 60 with myself and actually look like myself.
It's really started to mesh together, and it's created like my perfect little child. This sports mixed with video games is like pretty much been me my whole life, but now the world can see this.
I think that's what makes esports so compelling, is that there is an opportunity for anybody, no matter where you are.
Anyone can be a gamer. You're not capped by your physical attributes.
It's pretty easy for people in esports to gravitate towards underdog stories. I think people love those, and there's a reason, because I think many of us in esports have felt like underdogs now.
I love my job every single day. I met my husband at a gaming event, and I made lifelong friends. And I found my place, and I found a family along the way, and I couldn't be more grateful.
I can't imagine how far it's going to see the next couple of phases, but I don't think the hype behind it is going to slow down anytime soon.
I mean, I just think going up, content creators moving, just becoming so much bigger than before, new games releasing, more esports, more involvement and acceptance. Like, I think it's going great, and I don't think it'll stop growing anytime soon.
IGN Summer of Gaming 2021 is presented by the Amazon original movie, The Tomorrow War, exclusively on Prime Video July 2nd. Everybody loves watching a speedrun of their favorite game, but what if you got a chance to peek into the mind of the developers behind those games as they watch their hard work get completely destroyed right in front of them? That's exactly what happens on every episode of Devs React to Speedruns. We invite you to ride along with the developers as they watch, react, and enjoy some of the craziest gameplay by the most skilled speedrunners on the planet. Tune in every Saturday for a brand new episode. If you're not following IGN on social media, what are you waiting for? We're constantly updating our feeds to bring you the latest news, gameplay, custom original content, the best user-generated videos and art, memes, and a whole lot more. Be part of the conversation throughout the year. Follow IGN on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, and Snapchat. Not only is IGN the world's biggest media brand for games and entertainment, but we also have a team of some of the world's biggest fans of your favorite franchises. From breaking news and exclusives, never-before-seen looks at movies and games, whether you're on IGN.com, the IGN app, YouTube, Facebook, or Snapchat, we've always got you covered. IGN, the #1 source for all games and entertainment fans worldwide. Hey you, are you looking for a new way to watch your favorite videos and shows from IGN? Well, check out IGN Watch. Welcome back, IGN. It's our new app that's all about video, because there really just aren't enough video apps these days. I get to watch this PlayStation 5. Follow subjects you care about, play videos in the background, or send them to your TV via AirPlay or Chromecast. I gotta get one of those. Download it today from the App Store or Play Store, or both. We're not your boss. IGN Watch. Check it out.
Rage and next-gen consoles remain scarce to find. A blast from the past has come along with a new focus to bring gaming to your sofa. Ladies and gentlemen, here is a television.
Hi, I'm Tommy Tellerico, and what an honor it is for Intellivision to be a part of this year of the ESA for having us be involved. And we have seen some incredible stuff. What a great time to be a gamer. I've been in the video game industry for over 32 years and have been a part of the creative teams that have made some of the greatest video games of all time, including things like Disney's Aladdin, Earthworm Jim, Tony Hawk Pro Skater, Metroid Prime, Guitar Hero. I'm even the guy who did the oof sound for Roblox. Don't hate me. In fact, I own the Guinness World Record for the person who's worked on the most video games in their lifetime. My mother is very proud. But I'm here today to talk about television and our brand new video game console, Amico. Now, Amico is the Italian word for friend, and that's basically what we've designed our entire system and games around. That friendship, that multiplayer, that couch co-op experience. See, when I was growing up, we didn't have the internet to play video games, so if you wanted to play with somebody else, you went over their house or they came over to your house. Everybody in a room. In fact, I bet if you're a hardcore gamer, you're probably like me, and I bet your fondest memories of playing games were when you were playing with other people in the same room together. That's what we're all about. Now look, I'm going to be honest, for a lot of you out there watching this, I'm not going to impress you with our teraflops and gigawatts and screaming processor and incredible lifelike graphics. That's not what we're about. What we are is a really simple, fun party machine that you can bring out when maybe some of your non-gaming friends come over. Maybe you have a husband or a wife who isn't into gaming as much as you are. Maybe grandma comes over and you want to play a simple motion control game or a card game or a board game, dice, whatever it is. See, all of our games are built around fun and simplicity. That's the most important thing for us, and gathering people in a room together to do it. Here at Television, we've assembled an incredible, passionate team of game makers who have over 600 years experience making some of your favorite games. Everything we do, we focus on bringing people together and having simple fun. In fact, we've designed our hardware in entirely around those two things. So, for example, our controller is really unique. It has a color capacitive touchscreen on it. It really comes in handy when you're playing others that might not be as good as you in gaming. So it's a great way. To give them little hints. For example, if you're in Shark Shark, whoever's in last place, it will vibrate, because we have haptic as well, and then it shows the color of the clam that's going to release the next big bonus pearl. Or right out onto the screen. Motion controls are also really important, especially for casual gamers. So a lot of our sports and recreation, for example, will use that kind of motion control. Well, you'll see here with cornhole, you're throwing the bag into the hole. By the way, this is another game that comes free on every console. Now, our main disc is really unique as well. Most directional pads have 8 positions, up, down, left, right, and the diagonals. It has 64 directions and touch sensitivity as well. So the harder I press down, it'll affect gameplay. Here's a feature I think a lot of gamers are going to love. I can take my controller, I can go over your house, dock it in your system, and because it recognizes that it's my controller, we can now play all of my games that I own on your system at your house. As long as my controller is there, my games are there. Another cool feature that we incorporated is wireless contact charging. So once you're done with your controller, your game's over, you just dock it right back into the base and it charges for you. Another unique feature of Amico is that we have interactive LED lighting all throughout the console itself, the base, and all of the controllers. We also have RFID built throughout the entire console, which means you can get a gift card, for example, tap it on the system, and it shows up. You know what's really cool about having the focus be people playing together? I'll give you an example. Astro Smash is a 4-player game. At any point during the game, somebody can pick up a controller and just hit the ship they want and go right into the game at any point. Now, for all you collectors out there, you'll be happy to know that not only can you download games digitally, but we also have physical media as well, and we'll be releasing more information about that later this year. Now, here's something I think a lot of gamers are going to appreciate. We don't allow any loot boxes, in-game purchases, in-app advertising, or paid downloadable content, but what we do have is an online leaderboard system for most of our games, where you can go in there and check your scores against your state, your country, the world, or the month, the year, and of all time. And those scores tie into our achievements as well. So if you have the high score at the end of the month of your country, we're going to email your certificate that you can go print out and hang on your wall. Now, as we all know, the most important part of any video game system are the games themselves. They all have to be super fun to play. And that's where we really, really shine. In fact, all of our games on our system are highly curated. All of them contain a single and multiplayer or couch co-op mode. And all the games on our system are exclusive or contain exclusive content. Like Retro Reimagined, where we take some of the greatest classic video games of all time, give them new graphics, new audio, add multiplayer and couch co-op. Some of the things we have, for example, 12 of the best games from Atari, like Breakout, Asteroids, Tempest, Missile Command. We have games like Burger Time and Bump and Jump, and even some of the best television games from the past, like Cloudy Mountain and Night Stalker. We have edutainment titles for kids 7 and under, things like Sesame Street and Care Bears. Now, our original IP category contains brand new games that we've created, a lot of times around our unique controller. Some of those games are platformers like Finnegan Fox, Bomb Squad, Space Strikers, Flying Tigers, and we even got the original Echo the Dolphin team to create our new title called Dolphin Quest. even take more modern games and add exclusive co-op modes. Games like Rigid Force Redux Enhanced and Dino Blaster. Now, our sports and recreational category not only has big sports like Major League Baseball and soccer, but also recreational sports like cornhole, skiing, pool, and many more. Now, our casual category contains many party games, dice games, board games, card games, things like spades, emoji charades, and even award-winning board games like Blank Slate, Telestrations, and Ink and Gold. Now, I've already mentioned some really big partnerships and licenses like Major League Baseball and Sesame Street, but we have even more, including things like Mattel Hot Wheels, Harlem Globetrotters, and so much more. Now, we've previously announced that we're doing a brand new exclusive Earthworm Jim game for television, and we got the original team to be working on it. We want to do something special, so we're going to give away 3 of these new prints. All of the team members signed it. All you have to do is email cal@intellivision.com with the subject line Groovy. You have until the end of June to do that, and then we'll announce 3 winners at the end of the month. Well, thank you for spending a little time with us here today. Hopefully, as you can see, our approach is a little different than everything else that's out there, and we really don't view others as competition. What we're doing, we view as complementary to what the video game industry is doing. It's such an exciting time to be in the industry, to be a fan of the industry, and we are fans of the video game industry. And you know, if there's something that you've seen here today that might be of interest, or maybe you're a developer who wants to make some games for us, maybe you want to place a pre-order, please go to intellivision.com. We want to hear from you.
You all know the target. Shiva's dominant. And only the dominant. How do we even know the girl will be on Mars? Our kind do not question orders. Follow them. Sergeant, summon the writer. I can. Nothing's like that. Our son will not relinquish them with the pistol easily. This will be a bitter fight.
You should not be out of doors. We have discussed this. Come, Joshua. Your father will be expecting us.
I am Joshua's sheep. I'm sworn to protect you.
What do you mean you refuse? Vigilant, fetch your swords to our
What does it matter? It was the Dalmets who drove back the Crusaders in the Battle of the Twin Realms, was it not?
Without the blessing of the monarchist, we cannot prevent the spread of the
Imperial Riders. Do they really mean to?
It's the Archduke's son. Phoenix.
That's impossible.
today at the Xbox and Bethesda Game Showcase when Playground Games announced Forza Horizon 5. That's right, the Horizon Festival is headed to beautiful, diverse Mexico for the 5th title in the series. You'll get to explore an epic, ever-evolving, vibrant open-world landscape full of cacti, volcanoes, tropical storms, dust storms, and hundreds of the world's greatest cars. Forza Horizon 5 is available on November 9th, and you can play it day one on Xbox Game Pass. Your ultimate Horizon adventure awaits, so let's go. Today I'm live with Playground Games to talk about yesterday's Forza Horizon 5 announcement. Then we're going to be taking a closer look at breathtaking open-world festival location, Mexico. After that, we're going to talk about the artistic detail that went into recreating the country's unique landscapes. We'll also get the scoop on some of the game's new features. And before we wrap the show, we're happy to answer some questions, so put them into chat as long as we go, and we'll see if we can get round to a few of them. And beside me today are two of the members responsible, Playground Games Creative Director Mike Brown and creative Director of Playground Games, not that, is actually the Associate Art Director, Connor Cross. Hello both, how are you?
Hey, Joy.
Hello. Yeah, I bet you are. Very excited. How are you, Connor?
Brilliant to be here.
Yeah, it's been a big old 24 hours for you both, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Barely slept, to be honest.
Yeah? That was going to be one of my questions. How do you sleep after something like that?
Yeah, I think I was up at about 1:30 last night in the Forza Discord chatting with fans.
Just making sure it all happens. What was the vibes like yesterday when the show was on? Obviously, you knew it was coming up. Did you know when it was going to be on in the show?
It's actually,
Just sit there and wait.
it's actually super secretive.
We won't go down that route then.
Very, very few people know the whole show. You basically know your bits, and you get feedback on your bits when it's proposals about what we want to